Welcome to the Diamond Mine podcast with Nate and Laney, where we listen to all 92 Diamond albums certified by Billboard. Today's album is All the Right Reasons by Nickelback. And wow.
Oh man, I understand that people hate Nickelback, and I didn't think they were that bad. But then I listened to this album all the way through, and
This could very well be, and I'm not exaggerating, the worst album I've ever made myself sit all the way through.
Oh man.
And it's funny because earlier, last podcast, I remember you were like, it's Diamond albums. How bad can it really be? They went Diamond.
No, but you did say that Nickelback would test this.
Yes, Nickelback definitely tested this, and they proved you wrong on that part. Because, wow, they come out the gate swinging. All right.
So Nickelback, they're from Canada, right?
Yeah.
This album, All the Right Reasons, came out in 2005, and it's 10 times platinum. Mm-hmm. They have songs like Photograph and Rockstar, which are some of Nickelback's biggest songs, right?
Yeah.
But the filler songs,
oh my gosh,
those are rough. Those are pretty rough.
Those
honestly.
are literally you see redneck mom and dads dancing to that on TikTok. Completely
Those are the people stuck in high school.
Yes.
No, I know some people. Yeah. Okay, so the first song was Follow You Home, right? Mm-hmm. It was dirty. The drum kit, for some reason, kind of irritated me at first. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it just did. And this is when we listened to it together. And then when we kind of separated and listened to it on our own. On our own. It sounded like he was stalking somebody, right?
Yeah.
And so I looked into it because, like I said, I wanted to look up all of the lyrics and their meanings and everything like that. And it's actually about, it's not about stalking a girl. It's really not. But it's actually just him expressing his, love for someone.
Uh-huh. That song does not sound loving. That beginning
I know. It's like an obsession, kind of, is what it really sounds like.
It came out the gates it was shocking. I remember when that first song played, because when we sit together, we just play the song and generally look at each other and give ourselves oh, this is alright, or oh, this is bad. Mm-hmm. And we looked at each other, mouths agape.
Yeah.
It was genuinely, especially since their most popular song is Photograph, and that is nothing like that first song. It genuinely, I was just, it does not match their sound to me. I feel like their sound sounds so much better on a song like Photograph, rather than a hard rock song like that.
Yeah, because it talks about slapping across the face or whatever, but it's basically about he can't lose focus about some. I don't know. It was not my favorite song. It sounded like a generic 2000s, early 2000s rock song. So, wasn't really my top song on this album, but it wasn't the worst one.
Oh no, it gets so much worse.
All right, so the second one is Fight for All the Wrong Reasons. Mm-hmm. And the beginning of this reminded me of a Metallica song. So it was like they were trying to be hardcore, when in reality I feel like they couldn't really get to that point. I did like the sound of this one more, though, because, I like Metallica, so that's my thing. But the lyrics were horrible. I just, without music, read them, and they're ridiculous. They're so bad.
Is that the one where it says, it doesn't matter what they said because we were good in bed, or is that a...
Yes, no, it's this one.
Oh my gosh.
This one's, straight up just sexual for no reason. Yeah. And people either think that it's, hilarious, or it's the worst song they've ever heard.
Yeah, I agree with the latter. That was... I don't understand why they're so unnecessarily sexual. I feel like they have so many sexual innuendos in their songs, and it's not
Oh, no, wait. I don't think this was the song. No, this wasn't the song. It's on down. This was just another one Oh my gosh, no! This one was just. Oh no! Fight for all the wrong reasons. This was the one that was talking about basically staying with someone because they were good in bed.
Yeah.
That's the lyrics you were talking about. It doesn't matter
what they said because we were good in bed.
Yeah. You had the song right. I was thinking of another song that's absolutely ridiculous. No. Yeah, this one it still is, and it sounded a lot better, but it still wasn't my favorite. But I will say this about Nickelback: they write their own songs.
Yeah.
And that makes me respect them more. Because artists that don't write their own songs, it's like, okay, that's like kind of lame.
You're just the voice.
Exactly. You don't have any thoughts in your head. But, so I respect them for that. Now, do I like their actual writing? Not so much.
Oh my gosh. I feel like with Nickelback, with the exception of like Photograph and Rockstar, like their popular songs, they have two options with how they write lyrics, and it's either very, very sexual or it's very, very violent. Like, I feel like a lot of the time, and I'm sorry, I'm going down the list a little bit far, but like, Side of the Bullet and things of that nature, like...
I'll get to that one, dude. Because I did research on that one, I will get to that one. Yeah, they're more like either talking about your hometown or they're just very, like, risque or whatever. Like, it's not, I don't know, they just can't find their actual voice in it, and they're just...
It's almost as if, like, and I didn't write this down, because we have a little bit of notes when we take a first listen or whatever. I didn't write this down, but I just thought about it. It's like they're trying to be shocking to get their, I guess, their name out there. People be like, oh my gosh, you hear what Nickelback said? You hear what they sung about? And they're just trying to be more and more shocking with every lyric, it seems, to try to get that attention.
Yeah, and I feel like, because I think we talked about this when we were first listening to it, that they try to relate to people, but they actually haven't experienced it themselves, so it's very hollow, and they kind of miss the point. But at the same time, there are so many songs about the same, like, kind of situations.
Yeah.
And they do put a different twist on it, but it's just like, it just doesn't match up. They either have good music and horrible lyrics, or the lyrics are semi-decent and they just deliver it horribly. And they just can't find a lot that clicks.
I would like to make a note, though. This isn't... whenever I try to review these albums, I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible, but this is definitely not my genre of choice.
Right, yeah.
And that's something that listeners of the podcast will learn farther down, as there's a lot of albums on the Diamond Albums list that aren't exactly my genre of choice, but this is definitely not my genre of choice. But I tried to be as unbiased as possible, but it was really hard to just... this harsh, but hard to listen to some of these songs. Like, it was... I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. And I do generally like rock genres and things like that, which does make this listening so difficult because it just was not as good as I was really hoping and expecting it to be. Because Nickelback is a huge name, but everybody hates them.
I thought people just hated them to hate them because it's the internet thing to do.
Yeah, that's what Nickelback. I thought too, but no, people
it's
think
justified. It is totally justified after listening to this.
Yeah, they think they're trash. Like, okay, I get it now. So the third one was Photograph. Which was...
classic.
One of the best songs on the album, obviously, right?
It's a huge... I noticed that after those first two songs, it's such a huge change in sound.
Yeah.
From, like, this hard rock trying to be edgy to, like, what the hell's on Jimmy's head or whatever the lyric is. Like, a really soft-spoken, heartfelt song about their past.
Because it's about, like, reminiscing and how much he's changed now into, like, to the person he's become. And so he looks back on their high school days, you know, their hometown, whatever. And I feel like most people can relate to that. And I feel like that one is more genuine, which is why they were able to deliver it with such a good sound that fit them, but also matched the lyrics. And it just worked. It made sense to me. And that's why it's a popular song, because it's one of their best ones that they've produced.
Also, like, I like them singing over acoustic guitar better than I do the really distorted guitar that they use. I don't like their guitar effects that they use, but that's just personal preference, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you want to go to the next one?
Golly,
okay.
I guess.
The next one is Animals. This is the fourth one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, let me just point this out real quick. The single cover for this song is 2 rhinoceroses mating.
No. Hold on, I'm looking
serious.
this up.
I'm so serious. All I did was look up Animals, lyrics, Nickelback, and the rhinoceroses popped up.
Animals, Nickelback, images. Oh my gosh, if you are listening, please look that up. That is foul.
Like, chill out. Why? That was so unnecessary, and I don't know why, but animals mating makes me so uncomfortable, but they just had to do that. Like, please go somewhere else with that, Nickelback. Please. Anyway, but most people either think that this song is actually really funny because this one is straight up like I mistake the other one before. This one is straight up just like sexual or whatever. So people either think it's funny or it just like should not exist at all. And it's pretty straightforward when it's talking about sexual acts and stuff. Yeah. And I personally think it's the worst song on the album because it is just so like ridiculously, I don't know, cheesy.
Yes, just very, and like also very blatant with its sexuality. Yeah. Like, you're beside me on the seat, got your hand between my knees, and you control how fast we go by just how hard you want to squeeze.
Yeah, I hate that. And then it keeps going, too.
Yes,
yeah,
like,
I just like, that's cringy.
There's no
cringy.
I don't know why anybody would want to listen to that. Listen to somebody talking about...
They play it live, though.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my gosh.
They play it live. And other than like the just wretchedness of this song, the drummer kills it.
Dude, the drummer kills it most of the time on this album.
Yeah, that is true. Their drummer's actually really good. But,
yeah.
But yeah, the drummer was really good in this song. I'm so sorry that his skill was covered up by those wretched lyrics.
Yeah.
But it happens.
The drummer is honestly like the best part of Nickelback for me. Like, that was the whole thing.
He's your favorite member.
Yes, when I was listening to this album, no lie, when I was listening to this album, the main thing that got me through was I was like, man, this drummer's like killing it.
Mm-hmm.
This drummer genuinely, it's very unfortunate that those lyrics are gonna...
That he's in Nickelback?
Yes, it's very unfortunate that he's in Nickelback. Yeah, I was
looking up the song lyrics on, like, Song Meanings or Song Facts or something like that, and people were commenting about, like, how good the drummer is. Mm-hmm. And just, no, it's bless his heart, man. I feel bad for him. Yeah, I feel bad for him. All right.
What if I open this Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, crack it open.
Here. This mic is so sensitive. Here we go. I might have to do it like this.
That was a good one.
Did that get on you?
Yeah. From across our cardboard box. Mm-hmm. That we have this set up on because we can't.
We have the ratchet set up. We're in a closet right now so that the clothes will soak up the sound.
Oh, we have a great setup.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Saving Me was the next one on this list. I thought it was honestly one of the better songs on the album. Wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But
there's, even if it's not a lot to say that something's one of the better songs on this album. It doesn't take a lot to be a good song on a Nickelback album.
That is fair. That is very true. Yes. This one just kind of, if I remember correctly, at first it sounded Western and we were kind of confused by it. Mm-hmm. But then as it got more into the song, it fit their sound because it was kind of like a softer rock kind of thing. Yes. It wasn't like too hardcore and it wasn't just a basic acoustic song. So yeah, this one was one of their better ones because it did fit their sound and it had better lyrics than the other ones. So I was okay with this one.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next one. Far Away.
Far Away.
I wrote that this one was kind of cheesy, but their sound was also not horrible on this one.
I don't really think... I think that all Nickelback songs are at least a little bit cheesy.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like their staple sound is being cheesy.
Having that like generic, popular, like relate to everybody kind of thing.
That midlife crisis music.
That's a good way to describe it. Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, the best part of this album was it being only 47 minutes.
Oh, let's be honest. 100%. They didn't. At least I didn't have to listen to like what was Kenny G's album like 72 minutes or something.
An hour and 10 minutes.
So 70 minutes on the dot.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that there wasn't like 30 more minutes of Nickelback that we had to listen to. Oh my gosh.
That would be horrible.
That would be foul.
Mm-hmm. That would be a crime against humanity. So going into that though, I don't understand how this album is below or is above Kenny G.
Dude, I 100% agree. I don't understand why there's Kenny G haters on the Billboard team.
No. Especially when there's this on the list. And the Billboard description even said, like, it doesn't get much better.
Yeah.
Then why is it not 92?
Yeah, I don't understand. I guess, I don't know. Maybe people on Billboard just aren't fans of the saxophone. But
I guess not.
I 100%, and this is, I guess, a spoiler to when we come out with our actual all 92 list, because that's eventually going to happen. But this is definitely way below Kenny G.
Oh yeah, 85 or lower. This one sucks.
This one, and
this one's horrible.
I don't think I will ever listen to this album again. Like, not by choice.
Yeah, because I mean, you even described it as a garage band that never like
got out of the garage.
Yeah, exactly. A garage band that never got out of the garage. Man, so disappointing.
Take a sip.
And I mean, other bands can pull this stuff off. Like I talked about this. I said Motley Crue can kind of pull this stuff off, but Nickelback just can't.
It's almost like the lyrics are bad. Their sound they're trying to go for is bad, but
they're just bad.
What's like the cherry on top of the doo-doo sundae that is Nickelback is their singer's voice is just so distinctive, not in a good way.
It is extremely distinctive, I will say that.
Like, if anybody sang like that, I'd be like, oh, you're trying to impersonate Nickelback.
That's Chad, what's his last name, like Kroger or something like that?
I don't know. It doesn't need that space in my brain.
I don't know. Okay, that's fair. That's something that just goes one in one ear and out the other. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Okay, so moving on. Next contestant.
Oh my gosh, I commented on this before I listened to this album without any knowledge of this album. When we went to have that first listen, I was like, Nickelback kind of sounds like something that redneck people would listen to on TikTok. This song, I didn't even know it was on this album. This song was literally a trend on TikTok with redneck people. But
it was.
Your hand? That, oh my gosh, when I remember this song started playing, and I was like, Lainey, I think I know this song. And you were like, what are you talking about, Nate? And then the chorus hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is literally something that redneck people...
It is, because it's about other guys hitting on his girlfriend, and he's like, oh, I'm so tough. Like, you're the next contestant. Like, oh, step right up, because you're not going to win, you imbecile. Like, it's so stupid.
Imbecile.
It's so stupid. Because he's, like, all mad and jealous and protective of his girl. No, I know the TikTok. Like, I can see the TikToks in my head right now. It's absolutely... It's so... Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
People that have, like, natty light stains on their wife beater listen to this song. Apologies if anybody drinks natty light or has a stain on their wife beater.
People that drink beers in their parents' garage on a Friday night instead of actually, like, hanging out with their friends.
Yeah. People that listen to Nickelback. Perfectly.
Right. Now, the song that you hate, Side of a Bullet. I'll let you start, and then I'll go in with what I found online.
This is quite literally, I wrote this word for word on my first listen of this album. Side of a Bullet might be the worst song from a successful group I've ever heard. Period. The sound was horrible. It's the lyrical content, and I know it's the same complaint with every song, but it's just so bad. It is so horrible. Side of a Bullet, I think that's what hell is. I think hell is you go down there and you hear Side of a Bullet start playing, you hear like the dogs barking or whatever.
And you're just like, oh no, I'm here.
If I die,
I've arrived.
If I die and I hear Side of a Bullet, I know I did something wrong in my life. I know that I did something.
You know that eternity is going to be miserable.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, I think that's enough to make me scared of hell.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now let me go in with my stuff. So when we first listened to it, both of our jaws hit the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had the exact same reaction. And the guitar was very distorted. Now, okay, this is our first time listening to it, and I said that it reminds me of the bands Pantera and Korn, right?
Yeah.
I looked up the song meaning. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta find my notes because they're all scattered and stuff. Okay. This song is about the murder of Dimebag Darrell, who was the guitarist for Pantera. So I was not wrong, but here's why it sounds like Pantera, though.
Uh-huh.
They took snippets of his, like, riffs and guitar solos and put it into the song. And so the guitar solo on the song is his, like, him playing the guitar.
Yeah, I remember, I think I heard the guitar solo, and I looked at you, and I was like,
that's because it's
right.
him. And they took some, like, the riffs from his old stuff that never, like, came out.
That makes it even worse.
Right? Okay. And then it talks about Nathan Gale, who is the one that, like, jumped up on stage, because this happened at a gig.
Mm-hmm.
Jumped up on stage and shot him. And it talks about him being trained by the Marines, which is, like, the first line or two in the song.
Yes.
And then it talks about him shooting Darrell in the show, and his brother Vinny, who is playing the drums, witnessed it. And the lyrics also mention that, right? Let's see. Like I said, it has his guitar riffs and other pieces that Darrell had made. The guitar solo is one of the obvious outcomes of those pieces put together. And after looking up the meaning of that song, I actually appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
Because it goes, like, deep into, like, rock and metal.
Mm-hmm.
And it has, like, respects and stuff. And I even think that Darrell's brother Vinny, after the lead singer of Nickelback, I don't know why his name just left my mind. Oh no. I said it like 5 minutes ago and I can't think of it. Something Kroger, whatever. He played it for him and Vinny said like, oh, like write this song for my brother. And so that's how it came about, I'm pretty sure. Chad, thank you.
Yeah.
He looks like a
He
Chad.
looks like a Chad, dude.
Like a Chad.
Oh my gosh.
So this one actually like moved up on my list after finding all of that out, and then after I found that out, I re-listened to it, and I was like, okay, I have some more respect for Nickelback.
Okay,
I have more respect for Nickelback.
Based just on sound, this sound was foul.
See, it's your least favorite song. I didn't think it was that bad, but I also listen to stuff like that, and you don't.
Yeah.
So when it has all of that distortion and heavy, like, kind of stuff, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't think that I would like stuff like that, but I do.
Fun fact, I'm literally I looked up Side of a Bullet and looked at the lyrics. Sorry for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just on Genius, like looking at the lyrics and reading them. And then I clicked, you know how at the top they have the read more, about the song? The lead singer of Pantera said that the murder of the guitarist was the 9/11 of music.
Yeah. Yeah, because the guy literally jumped up on stage, and I think he shot him in the head like 5 times or something. Like,
oh my gosh.
It's crazy. Yeah, trigger warning for anybody who's like a little late for that. But like, yeah, no, it was a serious like devastating event that happened.
Dude,
in that
I
community.
Be able to perform live anymore with stuff like that.
No, yeah.
The fact that that's possible.
I mean, even stuff like that has happened recently, though. Like, wasn't Ariana Grande performing in Las Vegas when that shooting happened?
Mm-hmm. They just rained bullets down and killed a bunch of people, yeah.
I don't know. Crazy stuff. People are messed up.
Dude, yeah. Being a live performer, that's a
scary.
Way more dangerous job than people realize.
Yeah,
because
apparently.
you're in the spotlight. I mean,
Well, that's
John
why
Lennon.
That's why he was killed, was because he was famous.
We literally thought of the exact same thing. Like the wavelengths of our brain just clicked like that.
Like that guy literally shot him to get famous.
Yes.
That's it. That was the whole purpose.
That's like he did get famous. People know who he is now.
Which is ridiculous. We won't say his name here.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's move on from that. So the next song was If Anyone Cared. I said it sends a good message, and people think it's a worldly political song.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the sound of that because it was one of their softer ones where they weren't trying really hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was about just like coming together and stuff like that, unity, and that kind of thing. So I liked it. Any thoughts on that one?
I mean, just when you have a softer song that's... when Nickelback makes a softer song that's not about shooting somebody or having grotesque sex,
Fair.
I honestly appreciate it a lot more than most of their music. So that's my main thought about that. That's just, I appreciate that a lot more than their basic content.
Right. And even like going off of John Lennon, I feel like if John Lennon had sang this song or written this song, it would have blown up a lot bigger than it was. But because it's from Nickelback and everybody hates Nickelback, it didn't really blow up. But it actually is, like, I think it's a good song. I think it's one of those songs that is very universal and anybody could enjoy it or listen to it or cover it or whatever.
Imagine Nickelback singing Imagine. Oh my gosh.
Imagine. I know.
Imagine there's no heaven.
I couldn't do it. No.
With distorted guitars instead of piano.
See, John Lennon could cover Nickelback, but Nickelback could not cover John Lennon.
Nickelback could not cover John Lennon.
Oh no, that would be absolutely just
an atrocity.
Nasty. Okay, so, the next one is Someone That You're With.
I didn't think that one was that bad.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. I said that it has a good sound, which is literally what I've said for the songs that don't suck on this album. And it's about him wanting to be with a girl who's unavailable, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, people can relate to. So that one's not too
It's, again,
bad.
It's just not a song about sex or violence. I mean...
It's a pretty basic song, you know.
Really, I think if Nickelback made more songs that weren't about sex and violence, a lot of people would drop their grudge on Nickelback and stop saying that they hate them. But it's just their lyrical content is so bad on everything that isn't Photograph, Rockstar, and... What's their other one song that's, like, really big?
How You Remind Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that, like, yes, they have, like, really bad lyrics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people, like, you don't really listen to this kind of, like, music or whatever. No. But I feel like that's how they think of themselves in their mind. So that's the music they want to produce. But they just, like, can't connect it or get it together. I don't know, because you think of bands that can go heavier, like, there's Metallica, Megadeth, even Green Day, like, they've had heavier stuff, heavier topics, lyrics. Yeah. They've had sexual lyrics too, but they don't dwell on it, and their delivery is very... You can just tell it's very genuine and personal. Mm-hmm. Nickelback just doesn't feel that way. It feels false. Like, it doesn't feel...
It's like...
real, right.
Cringe.
It is.
It really does.
Really
when
is.
Nickelback, every single time that Nickelback makes a sexual innuendo, I literally cringe.
It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why, though. Because, like, other bands that do that don't make me as uncomfortable as Nickelback.
Yeah, Chad Kroeger, do better.
Do better. Maybe it's the voice. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Sorry, dude. Before we get to this last one, though.
Yeah. Which
is Rockstar, so obviously it's one of their biggest songs. I'll say I watched a couple interviews, and they were from 3 years ago and 11 years ago. Mm-hmm. And they have a decent taste in music, surprisingly. Okay. And they have a sense of humor. It's sometimes very dry, especially Chad's. It's very dry, but they have a sense of humor. They have a good sense of humor. And apparently, Chad has collaborated with Carlos Santana a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I didn't look into that. I should have. But he said that in whatever interview I watched for, like, Wired or something. Mm. And he mentioned that, and I was very surprised by that. And then he also runs his own record label. It started in 2002, I think. And, of course, they're from Hannah, Alberta, Canada. Mm-hmm. So...
It's weird to me that they're, like... I mean, this might just be, like, stereotype, but, like, they don't sound... I don't feel like that sound would come from Canada, but I don't know. Like Canadian stereotypes are just so kind and stuff, and he's like, "I'm going to murder you."
A? Yeah. Yeah, like
he
that.
ended a song with A, dude.
That'd be my favorite song.
Yeah.
Instantly favorite song. Alright, let's get to the last song. Rockstar.
Okay.
Alright, so it's, I think it's the most popular off this album, even...
Photograph became popular as a meme. Like the, look at this
graph. He's just standing there with the graph. Yeah. This one, obviously it's catchy. It's one of their best ones. The music video included a lot of people lip syncing. Famous and both famous and just normal civilians. And it had people like Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Do it for Dale.
Which is pretty... Praise Dale.
Dale, yeah.
But, yeah, so I thought that was really cool. And in the music video, though, it bleeps out every single word that could be, I don't know, triggering or kind of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. But like
NSFW.
People are sensitive to it.
Yeah.
So like it bleeps out the word drugs, it bleeps out ass. I think those are the only like really controversial words in the song. But yeah, they bleep those out.
Huh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's on MTV and they just didn't unedit it for...
I don't know.
Was MTV putting out music videos when that song came out still? Like, were they still airing music videos?
Maybe.
I have no clue.
2005, 2006. I can't remember.
Maybe, but that's also when, like, Robin Big came out, so I don't know if they were still making... Anyways, back to Nickelback. Rockstar, I remember... My mom really likes this song for some reason. I remember when I was little.
We should have gotten your mom to come on and talk about this song.
Have my mom have a guest appearance on here.
Just for Nickelback.
Yeah, no, just for Rockstar.
Oh, but, okay, yeah.
I remember when I was little, like my mom would be cleaning and this song would be playing. So when this song came on, honestly, like I would put this on a playlist. Like I would listen to this song.
I had this song on my iPod Nano.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I mean, I don't blame you. This song
back in
really
like 2007 or whatever, 2006, 2007.
This is the only Nickelback song I will say that I think truly like hit the mark, and that I would listen to like on a playlist or put it on in the car or something. Like Photograph, if I heard it on, I wouldn't be like, this song sucks. I'd listen to it, but I'd be like, it's Photograph. Same thing for what is it? How You Remind Me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a Nickelback song, but Rockstar hits the mark. That's I think they convey what they're trying to say. Yeah. Really well.
This one is probably my favorite Nickelback song.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But now every time that I listen to it, I'm just gonna be like, this is for Noni.
Yeah. This one's for the known dog.
But yeah, after listening to the album the second time and doing a little bit of research and finding just a little bit more about Nickelback, I like it a little bit better. It's still not a great album, but I do appreciate it more than I did when we got hit with that. Yeah, when we got hit with that like shock value of it.
Yeah, I mean, even with the knowledge though that I've gained on this album through you and my own research,
right?
I just can't. This album was so not what I want to hear.
Not your taste, and
bad lyrical
music.
Content.
I also, their band name, one of them used to work at a store, and his change would always like, I might be thinking of this wrong. You might need to look this up because I might remember this wrong. But it was something like the change would always be a nickel, and so they based it off of that, and so Nickelback is their
name. It originated from the nickel and change that band member Mike Kroger gave Wait, is his brother in the band?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Huh. That band member Mike Kroger gave customers at his job at Starbucks. He would frequently say, "Here's your Nickelback." The band performed cover songs of blah 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 blah. That is funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were a cover band and then changed their name to Nickelback and did their own thing.
They were a cover band?
Pretty
sure. I need to look up their cover their cover songs because it says they covered Led Zeppelin and Metallica. So.
Okay, so I'm not wrong with their sound.
You're not off the mark with Metallica. Led Zeppelin, are they like covering...
I don't get that, because if you know who the band Greta Van Fleet is,
mm-hmm.
which is a new, like, coming into the light band or whatever.
Yeah.
And people are actually starting to listen to them, and they were actually supposed to open up for Metallica in South America before Corona hit. And I wanted to go so bad, but I'm not flying to South America to do that. Yeah. But everybody gives them crap because they sound like Led Zeppelin. Like, their lead singer, his name's Josh, sounds exactly like Robert Plant. Like, people can't tell them apart most of the time. So, I don't really get that from Nickelback. But Metallica and everything else,
I can hear the Metallica in
fully understand. Like, that's the direction they kind of
are in. That's like your favorite band, so I've obviously heard some Metallica in my day.
That is true.
So I can hear the Metallica, but
there was one song specifically that the intro was like, it sounded exactly like a Metallica song, and I thought they like ripped them off.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think that's all that's going on in my brain. So
on the grand scheme of the 1 through 92, were you 85 and lower?
85 or lower.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna say 92. I'm not gonna say 92.
We'll keep it open.
We have a lot more lists to go.
We need to have like a huge board, and they're like Velcro like pieces with every album name.
Honestly.
So we can like move it around. We might need to do that.
But I'm not gonna say 92, but there is a high chance this ends up at 92. I'm gonna say 85 or lower with you, because there are some albums. Sorry, excuse me. Apologies. There are some albums on this list of 92 that I'm not excited to listen to say the least. So there is a high chance that they're below this Nickelback album, but I don't see how it could get much worse.
I haven't looked at the list in a very long time, so I don't remember all of the bands. The only ones I know is that we have Prince, Garth Brooks, Titanic, Lion King. Oh gosh, I don't remember, because I don't think any people that we really listen to are on there.
No, there's a lot of the Beatles albums, and I listen to the Beatles quite often.
Yeah, they don't count though. Of course they're going to be on this list.
The Beatles, that's classic.
That's, of course. I'm surprised they're not higher than they actually are on the list though. But
yeah, or they're pretty high, but there's...
We'll get to that one later though.
Yeah,
but
okay,
yeah.
But there was one specifically that I was not excited for. Hold on. I'm on the list right now.
We have Creed next.
Yeah, Creed, Human Clay is next.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I only know like one, maybe two Creed songs. So this will be very fresh, very interesting.
Oh, Britney Spears' Baby One More Time. That one I am not excited for.
I don't even know the whole album. I only know a couple songs from that album, I think.
I'm excited for MC Hammer's Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him.
That one is going to hit different.
I honestly hope it's good.
Because MC Hammer's built different. He has the pants.
Dude, he does have those pants.
I don't know. Some of them I feel like are going to surprise us, and I'm going to try to have an open mind going into every single one. Not just like if I already listened to it or if I don't listen to it. Yeah, things like that. But yeah, Nickelback, definitely not the best thing that I've ever heard in my life. So sorry, Chad.
Yeah, so sorry, Mr. Kroger.
Mr. Kroger. I'm pretty sure it's Kroger because it's Kroeger, right?
Yeah. Oh, unless it's like French because he's from Canada. But I don't know how it would be pronounced.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Kroger. Kroger. Maybe.
Oh, you know what?
The ER sound in French is an A sound. I believe.
I don't know. This is making things worse.
Yeah.
This is making me like Nickelback less. So, alright, I don't have anything else to say about.
Okay, I don't either. So,
okay.
This has been the Diamond Mine Podcast with Nate and Laney, and we'll be back at you next podcast with Creed's Human Clay.